What you are about to witness is the story of a man learning to become the best version of himself. Through harrowing experiences and tremendous triumphs, this was my first ever attempt at surviving 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. So sit back, grab some snacks and/or a beverage and enjoy. This will go well. I immediately fell into the snowy version of quicksand and began a fast descent towards panic as my bones felt the gripping chill of imminent demise. Thankfully, I had the wherewithal to dig immediately up and end my premature suffocation. I dug my way out, vowing to myself to slow down and watch where I'm stepping from there on out. 15 seconds later, I fell into the snow again. I dug myself to freedom once more. Learning from my mistakes, I made a promise to myself to never endure such humiliation again, which is why 26 seconds later I fell into the snow again, but this time it was on purpose. Or was it? Soon after my brain defrosted, I thought it a good idea to assault a tree, make some planks, sticks, a crafting table, and a wooden pickaxe. In order to conquer this challenge, I needed to be original and daring, so I decided to run away from the snow after placing a warning to my possible future self that eloquently said, "No, no, bad, bad, don't bad, bad. No, no, I regret, sad face." I skated over the ice to collect some stone and coal that I saw poking out generously. I used these resources to craft a stone sword and pickaxe, along with some torches to light my way through the coming darkness. I made a boat and slid on the ice respectfully towards adventure. I stopped soon after to dive into the freezing cold water to murder some beautiful fish who wished me no harm. Unfortunately for them, at this point I'm remembering how dire my situation is, and stocking up on food as soon as possible would be advantageous. I ventured forth until I felt the cuddle of doom that is the nighttime creeping in. I found a cozy shelter under some ice, made a furnace, cooked the fish, and jumped back into the water to annihilate some more. After I killed all the fish, I stood in my temporary cold home, sickened by the thought that somebody watching this video right now is not subscribed. I mean the horror. Suddenly, danger! Angry green men appeared near my hovel and I had no time for them. I calmly packed my belongings away and boated off to safety. I soon came across some polar bears and attempted to bond with them telepathically. It did not work. I made a golden man fall into the water because I'm in control of the situation. Then I did a little giggle. You silly little muppet. I then noticed a warm glow in the distance. I had found a village, and with it perhaps a source of strength and further sustenance. I carefully navigated through the snow. I learned. I sat in the water on my trusty vessel and I awaited the sunrise. The first and perhaps longest day was done. I climbed up to the village and naturally stole all of their belongings. I attempted friendship with a cat, but with just one fish left, it rejected me. I was hurt by this, and in an emotional response, I let my feelings be known. I stole more resources, including every bookcase I could find. Getting prepared for enchanting this early on was a wonderful strategy, I thought. Also, I liked the idea of the villagers being sad. I killed the iron golem and got 3 pieces of iron, which wasn't a lot, but it certainly helped. I trapped a few of the villagers inside their homes so they were safe should I require their services later on. I decided then to cross a dangerous height on a dirt bridge instead of simply walking around to the other side. The more I flirted with disaster, the more it feared me, or so I thought. On the other side, I found some more iron and a beautiful place to build with lots of potential. I was excited and immediately ran down and began chopping lots of trees to clear the way for my future plans. I decided to use the iron I collected so far to make a shield and an iron sword. The easier I defend myself, the easier this challenge will be. I met a wolf who seemed to promise me treasure and riches, but to my surprise he led me to nothing but disappointment, so I let him know my true feelings. I entered a nearby cave entrance to get some cobblestone and then realized the time. The sun was setting and I had no shelter, so I needed to act fast. I built a small wooden pyramid. A simple box shape would have done, but for whatever reason I was stubbornly in favor of the pyramid. I hastily placed some torches around my new home and defended myself from the neighbors. I built a doorway, placed a crafting table and furnace, popped my belongings into some chests and went to sleep in a bed I stole from a starving family in the village, dreaming happily of their suffering. The sun was shining on the 3rd day and I knew precisely what I had to do. Food would be perhaps the biggest problem early on, so I grabbed some wheat seeds and built a quick farm behind my pyramid house. I didn't have a bucket yet, but I cleverly parked myself right next to a pond. I felt so clever for manipulating that dirt that there was surely nothing that could stop me. This challenge will go well. I made them place some glass around the entrance to my pyramid so I wouldn't get jumped unexpectedly when I opened the door. Next, I made some fences for some animal pens and just to generally make a barrier. It was nothing special, but it'll help for now. Darkness crept in again, so I snacked on a fish and went to Sleepy Town. Day 4 and I was feeling good. For somebody like me who gets distracted so easily, this was going remarkably well. I then dug out some dirt and just made the entrance to the nearby cave a bit neater and easier to navigate. All I did for the rest of the day was chop down more trees to clear the area in front of my prestigious pyramid abode in further preparation of something bigger. I ran back home and set to work using the wood I collected to turn it into an abundant source of charcoal. I wanted torches. I slept like a baby. Except I wasn't crying all night or defecating in my sheets. So I didn't, in fact, sleep like a baby at all. I slept like a, armadillo. Dawn of day 5 was a good one. I woke up, and I considered that a tremendous success. I took some weed that had grown in my farm and celebrated by hypnotizing and enslaving some nearby cows. I destroyed the ones who rejected me as their new leader. Against my better judgment, I ventured into the nearby cave in search of iron and answers. I didn't really find too much, but I got the little bit I did. I also saw way deeper down into the underground, but got scared and I ran away. I smelted the iron I got from the cave and made a bucket and some shiny shoes. If somebody were to snap a photo of me nearby, I wanted to look good. Then came my next risky decision. I saw a spider in the darkness, and I wanted string to make a fishing rod. Killing some skeletons for bones and experience also wouldn't be the worst thing either. A few dangerous encounters later, I went to sleep a conquering hero over the dark minions of the night. But the spider did disappear, leaving me stringless and a little sadder. Day 6 began and I made a composter to make use of my leftover seeds, forced the cows to make love again and started work on a beautiful wooden box that would be a temporary home for some friends. I ran towards a nearby village I spotted earlier on with ferocity and determination. I cleared the way for an easier kidnapping but stopped and opted to bring some chickens back home with me instead, as I didn't believe there was enough time left in the day to get what I really wanted. Now today was the day I attempted to steal some of the nearby villagers from their families and push them into my wooden hole of love. Yes, I said that. I cleared the way between my award-winning pyramid house and the village and made some quick dirt bridges. Once this was adequate, I made a beeline for the village and forcefully abducted the first person I saw. I got them back to my delightful room of family boom boom and went to sleep, ready to do it again the next day. This was going well. I sprinted back to the village, steamrolling over everything in my path that even gave me a hint of sass, like this inanimate bell. I felt unstoppable. My genius had already wrapped its hands around this land, and soon I would be an inevitable force of power that bows to nothing. Even the protector of the village, the local iron golem, was only standing in my way, and I gratefully desired more iron, so I attacked. And died. I died. I perished. I failed. My reckless arrogance and flirting with disaster was my ultimate undoing. But if you like this video, you can bring me back to life by subscribing and I can attempt it again. Better, stronger, wiser, maybe.